me DRE'MAR, DeAndre. Hey, man, I love you, boy.
I love
Thank
you more,
you
man.
for being here, bro.
Absolutely.
It's been a long time coming, fam. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well.
It's
I'm
good to
blessed.
see
I'm
you.
grateful. And I'm excited to be here, man.
That's what's
I'm
up,
excited
man.
to be on the podcast, man.
Yeah, man. Listen, man, thank you for taking time out of your busy day, man, because I know
Absolutely.
you travel, you be moving, you got a lot going on, you know what I'm saying? You know, going back to Cali, back
Yes,
to KC and stuff, man. So thank you for stopping by, man.
Absolutely, man. I've been watching your podcast. I wanted to, give you your flowers. So,
okay.
Man, I
Okay.
respect who you are. I respect
Yeah.
how you carry yourself.
Yeah.
I admire how you yearn to grow your relationship with Christ and our Lord and Savior. And you're one of the greatest role models in my life. So I just wanted,
Oh, bro, right on, man.
So
That's
I appreciate
love.
you, man. Your teachings, your wisdom.
Thank you.
And grateful to have you in my life, man.
Thank you, man. Same, bro.
Man. Yeah.
Listen, man, I can only contribute it to two people. One, God. Second, my mama. She would have told my butt up if I didn't do otherwise, boy. She had told my butt up, boy.
That's funny. Shout out to Grandma.
Absolutely, man. Shout out to her, man. So listen, man, let's dive into your life, man, because something that is so impactful and so important about you, man, is that God has allowed you to be in so many different environments, man. But I want to start back to how your life really started, man, like the journey.
Okay.
Were you born and raised in KC?
Yes.
Is that your background?
So born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri.
Yeah.
Grew up in the inner city, 3836 College Avenue.
Shout out. Shout out. Yep.
Shout out, so yeah, born and raised in Kansas City. I had it was a rough upbringing.
Sure.
I was in a lot of different situations.
Right.
I was with my mom, then I was in foster care, then I lived with my dad, then back to foster care and homeless shelters.
Wow.
So I've definitely had just a well-traveled life, you know, but it's definitely shaped me and molded me to who I am today.
Absolutely.
And instead of becoming a statistic or allowing it to negatively affect me, I've always just been mindful of, how can I be the best version of myself? How can I not let these circumstances, kind of consume me? How can I, overcome these situations? And I feel like God's always been there through the whole journey.
Yeah.
I've always linked on God. So
that's tough. So, man, let's talk about high school, man. Where'd you go, man?
So, moving from the city, I went to a few different places. The main school that I went to was Blue Springs South in Blue Springs.
Nice. Okay.
I had went to a place I was in foster care, I think some of 7th and 8th grade.
Okay.
Then I was in a group home.
Okay.
Then from a group home, my freshman year, I was there for 11 months in a place in Iowa, and then moved back in with my dad. Mm-hmm. And then was fortunate enough to go to Blue Springs South, which I'm grateful for because, going to different schools like Central, being in the inner city, and then being able to go to a place like Blue Springs South, completely night and day. One is, inner city, the other is a suburb. Yeah. So being able to, live both lives in that realm. But I'm happy that I was able to, afforded the opportunity to do so and just able to learn just completely different culture and system. So
see, man, that's amazing that you said that, man, because I think it's so important that exposure in life will teach you how to deal with so many different walks of life.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
That's a blessed thing, man. Absolutely. And I don't think people really understand the nuances of that, man, because at the end of the day, it's a cultural thing.
Yes, it is.
Right?
Yes,
like you said, it's culture.
Yeah.
From going to a school, rural almost.
Right.
To the inner city, man.
Right.
You got to keep your head on the swivel. You got to know when to do stuff. You got to know when to say things. And then in certain areas, you got to use a couple of vowels and syllables. Right?
Straight up, yeah.
No, man, that's cool, man. Yeah. So let me ask you this, man. So were there any mentors that you had while you were in, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I would say so. I think that I do feel like God has always kind of placed somebody there to give me some type of encouragement. Yeah. Or some type of teaching, whether with my parents or whether in the system.
Yep.
I felt like I always never was like what I necessarily wanted, the situations that I was in.
Yeah.
But in hindsight, I always look back and say, you know, God always did put this person here to tell me this, or to, you know, gotta keep somebody there to keep you going. You know, he'll use people as vessels to speak to you and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So grateful for that.
Yeah.
And grateful for the mentors that throughout each journey of my life, God has put someone there to, you know, fill me up with some type of education or information.
Absolutely.
To make me want to be better, and then also to, you know, kind of always lead me back towards him.
Yeah, man.
So,
no, that's beautiful, man. That's a blessed thing, man. Yeah. So in high school, did you play any sports?
So yes, man? And no. So
okay.
I played basketball and football, but honestly, I was in a situation where I was house to house to house.
Okay.
And just living with different people, and, you know, really just finding my way.
Yeah.
You know, being kicked out, and just family dynamic, just, you know, twisted.
Yep.
So I was on the basketball team, honestly, for a very short period of time.
Yeah.
I went to all the practices and stuff like that, but I didn't get to play just because of my living situation. You know,
just family dynamics,
and stuff. So, but growing up, my sports was basketball, football, and boxing. I was an amateur boxing growing up as a kid. Football started off as a running back, then went to wide receiver.
That's what's up.
And then basketball, always been a shooting guard.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
So love sports. So yeah.
Listen, man, I know there's times that me and you done put on the mitts, and we, you know what I'm saying? Listen, y'all, I'm gonna tell you something right now. This man love God, but he got them hands too. Okay, I seen it firsthand. The boy can throw. I'm just putting that out there.
I just now take care of myself.
That's it. But so coming from a rough background, man, were there times that you had to defend yourself?
Absolutely. I think I also had a cousin that was a Golden Glove boxer. And one thing that I was grateful for is being able to train. So then when obviously growing up in a bad neighborhood, you boxing, you fighting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But more so even than that, being in foster care system and being in different group homes fighting all the time.
Yeah.
I was always the little guy, you know.
I got you.
And you know, they thought it was sweet. They
thought
it was sweet. But
they thought you was easy.
Yeah, you know, they thought I was easy, but then they was like, oh, he got hands. He actually, you know, he
can go a little bit.
So I got respect that way. But yeah, had to, you know, self-defense, had to defend myself a lot.
Yeah.
Growing up in the neighborhood that I did.
Yeah.
And then also being in the foster care system. But I felt like I've always had this, like, you know, table tennis of a life of, I'm in foster care, then I'm with my family, and I'm in a bad neighborhood, and then I'm in a suburb. And, you know, being able to be in, like, I want to say third or fourth grade is when I got into foster care. And then I went to my dad's for a little bit, and I'm in the suburbs, and I was like, dang, this is a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
Then to going back to foster care system while they finish figuring out my family dynamic. Right. To back in the inner city. So I was in this just kind of loop, you know, or this hamster wheel of, you know, just different places in my life. So
man, you had to survive all that, man. Just different facets and things of your life, man. Let me ask you this, man. While you take a drink, man.
Yes, sir.
What's something that you learned at that time, man, of going through? What's something that you can take from that that you would carry with you from going through so many different things, man?
No matter what goes on, God is always with you. And
come on now.
If you remain faithful and remain resilient, you will overcome whatever the situation is.
Wow.
I think it's always, you know, we struggle through the storms, and but we forget that we serve a God that's going to bring back the sunshine. You know?
Absolutely,
you know,
man.
Sometimes we can be so much in our storm and so
bar.
much what we going through, you know, and it get muddy, you know, we in the trenches with it. But, you know, we serve a God. He's the God of best surprises. He's a God that delivers. So being faithful, being in prayer, you know, having God just kind of carry me. That's been the thing that's kept me. So keeping God at the center of my life is, you know, number one. So
man, that's amazing, man. One thing that I love about you, man, is that you're hungry to know more about God.
Yes, sir.
And once you do that, you learn more about yourself, right? As we go through life, man. And I remember the first time I had the opportunity to meet you, man, and it was just love from start, man. It was like, well, as soon as we shook hands, man, we was bonded. We was sold together.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
And I remember a time where there was a moment where certain people were looking down upon me, or, you know what I'm saying? Or because I wasn't acting quite like them, you know, that they started to treat me a certain way.
Right.
And you was in the room, man, and you came to me, you shook my hand, you said, man, B, I love you. B, I got you, man. And I was just like, wow.
Always.
This is somebody that, bro, you can call me at 4 a.m. I don't do it, and I'll be there. I'm just playing. I'm just joking. But I'm serious, man. And that showed your heart, man. That showed that, man, this is a God-fearing man.
Yes, sir.
It really is, man, because, bro, you seldomly find people like that will come to your aid and come to your rescue, man. You know, I mean, and listen, y'all, I'm gonna be candid, man. When I took sickness, when I took ill and I lost 35 pounds and I eventually made it out of the hospital.
Right.
Man, this young man took care of me, man. He was right by my side. You know, he was making me food. He was, you know, he went out, bought me all sorts of things, man. And then one time he had came over and he was making stuff for me. You remember this story about the guy?
Yeah.
You remember this story? Man, I'm sitting on the couch. He came in, he got it, got the, grapes and everything, cutting up the bananas, the fruit and stuff, And then he asked me a question. He said, B, I said, what's up, boy? Did you drink your orange juice? Huh? I said, no, man. You should have seen the look of like, man, if I had a belt right now.
Really what it is, like knowing everything you had went through and suffered from with that sickness and everything. And just wanting to keep you hydrated.
Absolutely.
Vitamin C, just your nutrients and everything. So I just really wanted you to stay on it. So when I had seen that, I was like, B, man, you get your OJ in, you get this in. He was like, I was like, man,
like,
what are you doing, man?
What are you doing, man?
No, because it's like, I love you, but so I want you to be here. So that's really what it was, man.
That's love, man. That's love, man. That's love.
Absolutely.
So, bro, let's talk about Donnie.
Yes.
Right?
Oh, brother. Yeah.
Good man.
Yes.
When I first met him, I said, man, his heart is pliable, man.
Yes.
He's good people.
Yep.
When did y'all meet, man? When did y'all get that bond, bro? Talk to me about Donnie, man.
For those who don't know, my brother Dantes Antonio Yates, Donnie, love him to life.
Yeah.
He's, shout out to, his mom is a mother to me. His father opened up his doors to me as well.
Right.
And allowed me to stay there 3-4 years. And we've had some of the greatest moments and greatest times that we've shared with one another. And, anytime you meet a genuine, sincere friend, relationship with anybody, because, sometimes you have family that you're not as close-knit to. Sometimes you have a relationship with a brother and y'all super close.
Yeah.
Or a sister, or sometimes y'all don't, y'all might not click.
Facts.
So he's my brother for life.
Yeah.
Been in my life, and I just I'm grateful to have him in my life, what he's been, and I'm grateful that God's been able to use me as a vessel to be a service to him also.
Yeah, man.
And man, love you. Love you.
Yeah.
Man, so
I see his faith is growing in God because of your relationship with God, man. Bro, that's a beautiful thing, man.
Yeah, I love it.
That you can share that.
And I want to say this too, like, when you're around someone and, as y'all grow, I love seeing, how you kind of look at yourself and self-reflect and say, okay, I used to do this and now I'm here and I'm growing in here.
Absolutely.
To see where he's come from, to see where he's going, how he carries himself, how he talks, how he's eager to learn. Grateful just the direction that he's going and the path that he's on, and also grateful to call him a brother.
Yeah, so, man. No, he's good people, man. When I met him, dog, he was talking to me and, telling me about, some of his dreams and ambitions and, things that he wants to accomplish.
Right.
And I'm thankful that he came on the podcast, man. And I just wanted to highlight him, man. Yeah, it was a good podcast. I just wanted to highlight him, man, and just hear his heart and just you know, feel exactly who he is, man. Because sometimes in life, we can be shadowed by other people, man, and we lose our voice, or we might lose who we are. We think we gotta fill other people's shoes, and God said, "Nah, son, you got your own journey, right? I want I want a relationship with you." And I'm thankful that he's starting to really see that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's always
definitely
a blessed time whenever he's around, man. Yeah, absolutely. I love the both of y'all, man. Seriously,
you, man. No,
yeah, that's amazing, man. So y'all live together for
we
season?
We lived together. We lived with his pops for 3-4 years. Then we had our place together for when we moved out his pop's place. Yeah, and then I ended up getting my own place, and then I ended up moving to LA.
Yep.
In 2018.
Okay.
And yeah, that's my dog.
That's
my
up,
ace.
Man.
Yeah.
Nah, he's amazing, man. Yeah. So you, man, when you tell the story about you moving to LA, man, it's always fascinating to me. One, what led you to do that, bro?
I always knew I wanted to live in LA.
Yeah.
I always knew that I wanted to go to LA. It was just a matter of when I was gonna do it.
Yeah.
In 2017, I started going to LA like every month after like my birthday in May.
Got you.
Started going every month.
Got you.
And then 2018, I was like, okay, my original plan was I'm gonna wait a year and then I'm gonna move.
Right.
I have to give kudos and flowers to my cousin, my buzzin' Alex Dejois.
Yeah. Al.
I love him to life. Great guy.
Yeah.
He met him in 2012, 2013. And have showed me just unconditional love.
Yeah.
Since we've met. And he had worked for he went to school for music and entertainment. And he was working for Kara Lewis, one of the biggest agents in music. And he was doing his own thing now. He was out in LA. And I was gonna wait one more year. And I remember we video chatted, we FaceTimed, and he was just around a lot of people. It was a commercial or something they were shooting, and he was like, "Hey man, come out here, I got you. I know you was gonna wait, but come out here. I'm gonna take you under my wing. I'm gonna introduce you to people." Yeah. And that's exactly, he was a man of his word. You know, people say that they got you. He actually was a man of his word.
He had you. Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, instead of waiting a year, I made a call to some people I know in LA, and I was like, hey, is it okay if I move sooner? And they was like, yeah, come on. So I shipped everything to LA, and I didn't wait.
You didn't wait.
I just, jumped off the porch,
went.
And it was an opportunity. I wanted to take it. So I want to say 85% of my network came from Al.
Yeah.
My first month and a half, we was on a movie set. We're at music videos. We're just in the entertainment industry, just he has me in all of these different rooms, introducing me to everyone. Yeah. And it was a blessing. It was a pleasure, so that's what, pushed me to move to LA faster. I was going out there for music, entertainment, acting, and was able to meet some great people. And he connected me with some amazing people. Marcus Yates. He connected me with basically the rest of my network in LA. And I just got out there, I'm real big in networking. I got out there, started bumping my shoulders in entertainment, in business, in real estate, in technology. And I just started growing, and since then, I've just nurtured my relationships. And so now coming from, KC, small mid-town city, to being in a place like LA, a place that I always wanted to be in, and then moved to Calabasas, and then started traveling to Florida and expanding my network, and working with different people. It's been a blessing.
It's been a blessing, man. Man, I've always liked to hear your stories and stuff, man. When you talk about that, I mean, this man has been around some very successful people in life, a lot of people. Right?
Yeah, in the business, in the music industry, and just kind of all facets of a lot of different industries. I've been fortunate and blessed to meet a lot of high net worth individuals. And I've been able to, if it's just admire from afar, or to be able to actually talk to these people and to soak up as much information.
Absolutely.
So I can, apply it in whatever area of my life that I see fit. And then also take that information, especially in business, finance, whatever thing that I learned. You know, I'm real big on passing along stuff.
Yeah.
You know,
you're not a gatekeeper.
I'm not a gatekeeper
no,
at all. So
not at all.
Being around high net worth individuals and people in business and finance, or just the industry, whatever I learn, I make sure I take that information, I bring it back to my ecosystem,
right.
and I try to pour it into everybody. Now, what they do with it it's on them. You know, it's on
up
them.
To them. Yeah.
But the reason I'm like that is because I know I yearn for information and I yearn for these different things. And I'm like, man, I wish there was somebody that would just feed me this information. So when I come across somebody,
facts,
I look at it as a blessing to be able to receive the information. So now let me continue to pass on what I've received, you know, so be a blessing to somebody else because somebody was a blessing to me. So
absolutely, man. And see, man, I think some people have it misconstrued is that, you know, if you love God or if you're a Christian, then you shouldn't really have two nickels to rub together. Right. And I know there's been a stain because some people have taken that and used that to get over on a lot of people.
Sure has.
And they're not doing what God called them to do. And they're profiting in a way to where you love Baal more than you love God.
Yep.
Right. But there is an aspect of, you know, the kingdom that God wants his people blessed.
Yes.
He wants them successful. Right. Yes. Think about it. Jesus had a money guy.
Right. Yep.
Judas.
Yep.
Nonetheless, he betrayed him, but he still had a money guy.
Right.
That means Jesus worked as a carpenter, started his business, probably saved up the monies and went out and did, man. So I don't think there's nothing wrong with having some success when you're in the kingdom.
Right.
It's about not falling in love with the material things. Nothing wrong with having it.
Right.
Ask Job.
Don't make it your idol.
Don't make it your idol.
Right.
Right? Solomon, David, we'll keep going.
Right.
But man, I think people have it, you know, misplaced or misjudged that you think you have to be broken poor. No, we have to build the kingdom of God, man. We have to get out here and do what is necessary. And it takes money.
Sure does.
Don't love it. It's a tool.
Right.
Love God.
Right.
But move forward in excellence.
Right.
And be a help, man. We're supposed to be the ones that's lending. But a lot of us, we borrow.
Yep.
And now we're in servitude to that bank because we borrowed certain things and now we got to pay it back. And, you know, it's a whole gamut of things, man. But what's the difference that you see out there, the mindset as far as business versus Midwest, man? What's the difference there, bro?
A few things. Number one, I feel like being on the coast, being in a bigger city, people are more hungry. It's more grit, but there's also people networking and helping one another. You know, it's not a crab in a barrel mentality where people are pulling each other down. People are trying to lift each other up. And so there's more teamwork. There's more unity. And there's more passing of information. It's not as much gatekeeping and stuff. So I think that's a thing that also helps. So now, because you get this circulation of information that's between a network of or ecosystem of so many different people, then that person's taking it back to there, and now this big web has formed. So I think that's the catalyst. Like,
that's the difference, man. And I think that's kingdom principles, man.
Right.
A lot of us, not all of us, but some of us, we struggle in that because we're not sharing information.
Right.
We're not going out and saying, hey, I have this. We can add this to this.
Right.
And now we can advance the kingdom of God, man.
Right.
So
I think it's a mindset of people believe that if I've received this, if I give it up or if I share, one, is it going to come back? Is it going to multiply?
Right.
You know, so it's this just this mindset of scarcity, basically. You know, so they don't want to let it go. Or they think that if I share this information or whatever this thing may be to someone else, they're going to surpass me. And that means truly you really don't want to see the people around you do good. You want to see them do good, but you don't want to see them do better than you.
Come on, man.
So
man.
As you know, with anything in every genre of whatever we're doing, business, music, whatever it is. Whatever I know, I like I said, I'm not a gatekeeper. I share everything. Because if I can be a blessing to someone else, great. And you never know, that person that quote unquote surpasses you, they may bring you up.
That's true, man.
Because they see that you're an asset.
Yeah.
And I just believe, what God got for me, he got for me. So, this is my own marathon. I'm not running nobody else's race.
Nah.
So it doesn't hurt me to share information or to help someone else out. I think that's what we're supposed to do anyway. We always say, my love language is acts of service, because number one, we're servants of the Lord.
Yep.
Right. That's what we're here to do. We're disciples of God. So we're here to be disciples and to bring people to Christ. We're here to be servants.
Absolutely,
right. So
man.
we're here to service people.
Yeah.
So, but it's crazy living in a world where people just choose to be a disservice to people.
Yeah.
That's
true.
So
that's true.
So
or they just service themselves.
Or that.
Right.
And then it's like you just go nowhere fast.
Yeah.
Like now you have a cap on what you're doing because of the intention in your heart posture and how you're moving, So I don't mind giving with information, but giving with money, I'm real big on gratitude and giving back. I look at anybody that's planted seeds in me and blessed me with anything. So that's why I'm always real big on giving back what the Lord's given to me.
Yeah, man.
So, because I do believe it'll multiply and it'll grow.
It will.
So,
all the time, man. And that's what I love about you as a person, man. Your heart posture has always been pliable, man, that you want to know the things of God, man. And you want to make sure that, your life is lined up.
Yes, sir.
To that, man. Like, bro, you're so giving.
Thank you, man.
That's why I believe God has his hand on you so heavily, man, because you don't mind giving. Right? Giving is something that if we truly understood it better, right? That you can open up so many different blessings over your own back, on your own face.
Yes.
But like you said, it's the scarcity mentality. It's the, well, I only have this much. I only got this much. So I don't, you know what I'm saying? But it can be giving of your time. It can be a prayer to somebody. It can be going out, giving clothes, and arms, money too. But it's just it's your heart posture, man.
Right.
And so many people, man, it's crazy, Dre. The amount of people that I talk to sometimes, man, it's always me, I. What can God do for me? How can and wait a minute. He will bless you, right? Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. Then all these things will be added unto you, man.
Right.
But we got to remember the relationship with God.
Right.
So many times I hear people when they pray, it's like, man, I'm praying for this, I'm praying for this, I'm praying for this, right? It's nothing wrong with having that, man, but it still comes back to your heart posture.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Are we sitting and waiting for God to respond to us?
Right.
To give us the answers
or
to our life.
Or moving without faith. Because it's like moving with scarcity or having a scarcity mindset is having faith that I don't think I can get this again. Or I don't think God can provide for me the way that it says in the word.
Absolutely, man.
So giving, I mean, like you said, you'll have a blessed filled life by giving. It talks about it in Psalms 41.
Absolutely.
It talks about it in with Tabitha and Cornelius and
man.
How they worship God, how they fasted, and how they gave alms.
How they gave,
man. By doing so, God blessed them.
Absolutely, man.
So,
that's what it's about, man.
Absolutely.
That's what it's about, man. So back and forth, Cali, Kansas City.
Right.
What is something that people may not understand about you? Something that they get wrong, something that they get off, man. It's a question I like to, it's a question I like to ask, man, people. Because it makes you think. It makes you, turn those gears, man.
It does. You know what? I mean, I don't think it's one answer because I'm in so many different industries and so many different ecosystems and communities that I feel like, I wear different hats. So, I have, the entertainment side, then, business. I love business.
Yeah.
I love, just, the entrepreneur spirit.
Huge in business. Yeah.
So, you know, it's people that I got relationships in technology, relationships in real estate, relationships in finance, relationship in music, relationship in acting. So I think I am who I am at my core. But I also, you know, whatever environment I'm in, that's kind of what my focus is at that time. So, you know, I think kind of wherever I'm at, people get that Dre, you know, they get to see that Dre. And I would say that people see that, you know, I got a giving heart, likable, lovable person. I'm always smiling. I'm always leading with love. I always want to connect people together and bring people together. I'm real big on that, connecting the dots. So even if it's something that I can't be a service to, but I know different people, I like to connect people so they can be a service to one another. Right. And, you know, I take a step back and let, you know, whatever they create. So, and I think people in everything that I do, they see that and I think they appreciate that. So, and I think they find value in how I carry myself. And, that I lead with love. So
man. So how do you overcome a hard thing, man? A hard, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's a family member or somebody, man, how do you overcome that, man? That's
it's all situational.
It is.
You know, it's all situational. It's all over the circumstance. And I also look at it as, you know, I give two different examples. Say if it's just something directly towards me, if there's a problem, versus if there's between two other people and I'm the middleman. But I'm always mindful of my actions. I'm mindful of what I say. I'm mindful of what I do, how I carry myself. And, you know, I feel like, you know, some people can do stuff and they just don't have a conscience. I really have a conscience. I think before, you know, before anything escalates. You know? Right. So if something does escalate, it's like, if I'm around a situation and it escalates, it got to be a pretty bad situation because I don't ever want things to go further than what they need to go. You know, so I feel like I'm really good at, you know, mitigating things before they turn into something else. I try to de-escalate situations, you know, whether it's friends, just any type of relationship, family. And I think for the most part, I do a pretty good job of it. And I don't let, you know, sometimes you have to recognize that it's not just what somebody's doing, it's the spirit operating behind that person.
Come on, man. That's
so
good.
When you have that type of information and knowledge, it allows you to have self-control over, like, you know, I'm not going to let what Satan is doing to throw me off.
Absolutely,
you know?
man.
I'm not going to be manipulated or used as a pawn.
So, No, that's good, man. Because I think sometimes we forget that our fight is not with flesh and blood. There's wickedness and principalities in high places, man.
Yes, it is.
And we forget about it because we see each other. You here and I'm here. And we can't sometimes see the darkness or the blinders that some people have on. So my fight isn't with you. It's with the enemy that, you know, one is blinding people. Two, it's comprised with choices.
Absolutely.
But if the enemy wasn't there to allow these choices.
That's true.
So my fight is always with them, man. So it's always, for me, a spiritual battle, man. You know, when I'm spending time with God, bro, it's like a spiritual fight. You know, we went to a service today, man, and shout out to Pastor Moss, man. He was talking about that, you know, spiritual fight, man. And, you know, you're fighting unseen forces and stuff.
Absolutely. Spiritual warfare is real.
Spiritual warfare is so real.
Ignorance, what is it? What's the scripture that my people will perish by their ignorance or something like
that? For lack of knowledge. Absolutely.
You know, so just because you're ignorant, you don't know, that doesn't make it better. That's not justification for it. So spiritual warfare is real. And man, that's the importance of being in that word, man.
It is.
You know? So, because it's going to give you the tools that you need. Man. So you need the full armor of God on.
You need all of it. Ephesians 6. Come on, man.
Sir.
You spitting them facts, man.
It's important, man.
You got to have it, man. Yeah, you got to have it, man. And my heart is, bro, when the Lord tells me to have a prayer list, I make my prayer list, man, and I go in.
Right.
And I really pray for them, man, because you never know what a person is going through.
Right.
You never know what they are suffering with. Right. And I'm the type of person where I would at least try to seek to understand. And I'm learning, since I've been a very successful life coach, Christian life coach,
yes, sir,
to ask the right questions.
Right.
A lot of times we don't ask the right questions, man, and people are suffering.
Right.
Now, it's incumbent upon them to tell people exactly where they're hurting. But if we learn how to ask the right questions, maybe their guards will be down. Maybe they'll drop those walls. Maybe they'll come and say, you know what? You seem like a person I can really talk to. And my muscle is hurting and sore right here, man. Right? We need each other.
Absolutely.
At the end of the day, man,
Absolutely.
you know, it's so much fighting. There's so much bickering. There's so much different, you know, arguments that's going on, man. Even in, you know, the kingdom of God, man. I'll be on social media and I'm scrolling through. And I'm listening to all of these things, man, and people are just fighting back and forth. And, man, it's really, at the end of the day, man, it's relationship with God, man. That's what he wants with us. And so many people miss it, man, because they try to be so legalistic in the law.
Right.
But you ain't praying. You ain't letting the Spirit come over you and spend that time with you, right? Or some people who's so heavily minded, you're earthly no good. There's a balance there, right?
Absolutely.
A false balance is an abomination to the Lord, bro. You have to have a good balance in all that we do, man. And it's so important to understand that gem, right? That nuance of life, man. And it breaks my heart a lot of times, man, to see people go at each other like that, man. It really does, man. And it's a sad thing, man. This is a sad thing.
It really is, man.
So, man, let's dive into a person that you've met in LA, man, that you was like, wow, I met this person. You know, just to give context to, you know, your stories and stuff like that, man. Who've you met before, man?
Man,
so many people.
I've met a lot of people.
But
you know, I'm gonna tell this story. I've told you this story.
Yeah.
This person is like one of the most loved, most hated people. But it was a pleasure when I met him. Believe it was 2019, I believe.
Okay.
I think it was 2019. I met Kanye West.
Yeah.
So I'm living in Calabasas. Kanye has an office in Calabasas. He lives in Hidden Hills. And there's this land that I used to go to and pray. And I wanted to buy it and develop it and stuff like that. And so it was a random night. It's like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. Whatever possessed me to say, you know what? I'm gonna go to Kanye's office. And I went to Kanye's office and I was like, maybe with the hopes of seeing him, you know. And I want to say I woke up a couple hours later and I'm like, man, he probably ain't gonna show up today. It was a Sunday.
Right.
So now it's like about 8 o'clock in the morning, maybe 8-9 o'clock. And I was like, you know what? Let me go to my area and pray. So there's a like a gravel dirt road that leads up to this mountaintop.
Okay.
And it's in between Hidden Hills and like this other gated community. So if you're in that community, you know that area, you know what it is.
Right.
It's like if you know type of thing. So as I was turning into it, I came up on it and I was getting ready to turn into it. I see cars going up and I'm like, you know, this ain't a way that people typically take. And I noticed that it was actually like, it was the Kardashians. It was Kourtney and Khloe.
Okay.
And so I'm driving up there. I make it to the top and then I see Kanye's Sunday Service Choir. And so when I got up there, I was like, one, I'm fascinated that they're doing it up here. And this is where I come up to pray and everything. So, and me going there to pray, I wasn't expecting that.
That's interesting.
So, that they getting ready to do Sunday service there. So I'm like, I'm amped. I'm super excited. I get out the car. I was like, well, let me fit in. Let me, you know, make it look like I'm supposed to
act like I'm supposed to be here. Yeah, I know what you say.
So, because it's security and stuff everywhere. So fast forward, I get out the car. I walk to where the choir is, and it's really just the choir and then like family and friends.
Got you.
So while I'm there, Kanye is actually telling everybody to kind of close in tight so they can start singing. And at this point, Kanye's arm length like to the side of me.
Really? Yeah.
So the choir's singing, and I was like, just because of me, being a writer and being an artist and stuff, the creator that he's been from, starting off as just his upbringing of people telling him what he couldn't do and him becoming a great producer.
Yep.
To, them saying that he wouldn't be a good artist, and to him being a multi-million, billion streamed artist, one of the huge artists, and just everything that he kind of conquered of the naysayers. So to be able to, come in contact with somebody like that and to, appreciate their craft, their art, what they've done, and develop and push out into the world, I'm a fan of. So I was like, well, I got to say something.
Got you.
I got to say something. So I looked and I was like, hey, Kanye, I was like, you mind if I get a handshake? Can I just shake your hand? And what's crazy is, Kanye, he's sometimes he's in the media a lot, and then sometimes he's quiet. You don't hear from him. He's quiet. He's working.
Right.
So this was like during a season where he was kind of like out the media eye and everything. And he just, he had a full beard, scruffy a little bit and everything. Just he'd been locked in. Yeah. And he was really, locked in on this journey with God during this time.
Yep.
And he looks at me, he smiles. You never know what you're gonna get from Ye.
Sure.
You don't know what you're gonna get from Ye. Right. So he looked at me, he smiled, and I'm shaking his hand, and I'm shaking his hand probably longer than I should be shaking his hand. And I'm like, man, you the GOAT. And he looked at me and he patted me on my back. He said, I'm not the GOAT. God's the GOAT.
Wow.
Patted me on my back and then went into the middle of the choir.
Yeah.
And that was just a dope experience. You know, to go to a place where I spend time in prayer, to be able to meet one of my favorite artists, and then to not only meet him, but instead of him taking self-fame, he redirected it back to God and gave God the glory. You know? So I could appreciate that. Yeah. So that was a pleasure.
That was a powerful moment in time. Yeah.
So it was a blessing. And to be able to wake up on Sunday morning and be in the middle of the mountains, sun shining, and worship God.
Oh yeah. Beautiful.
That was beautiful.
Yeah.
So great experience. And he was a pleasure to meet.
Yeah, man. So, yeah. Bro, I really do believe this in my heart, man, that because the Lord has allowed you to be around, so many different people, man. I think we've talked about this before. Right. That whatever the Lord allows you to get into, and you will become successful, because you've had that access before, He's going to allow you to go back to really pull them into the kingdom, man.
Praise God.
I believe that with all my heart, man, because I can't write off anybody. Who am I, right? Because we hear stories and they're going through hardship.
Right.
But they got a mind just like we do. They got choices just like all of us, right? The difference is that they may have way more money than we do right now, right? But it's still a soul.
At the end of the day, yep.
It's still a soul, man. And I have to be able to still minister to them. We still have to be able to go out and say, God still loves you.
Absolutely.
Have you thought about, the gospel's this way? Right. Have you looked at relationship this way, that Jesus is really wanting to pull you out of darkness into the marvelous light, man? Taste and see that the Lord is good, man. So I believe that because of, like I said, the access, man, bro, you're going to reach so many people, man. And it's going to be out of a pure heart and not to conform.
Right.
To what they're doing, right? It's going to be out of a pure heart because you love God, man. Absolutely. And that's what I love about you, bro.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Man, keep doing exactly what God has called you to do, man. Keep showing up, man. Keep being a vessel for Him, man. Keep being a servant, man. I tell people this all the time. I want to hear those words, man. I don't really get so excited over other titles, man. But the one title that I get excited about,
come on.
It's well done, thy good and faithful servant, man. To me, that's what it's really about, man.
Yep.
right?
We're all his children. Service of people, you know.
Come on, man. We're all his children.
To God, so
yeah, we're all his children, man. So I think if we lead from that, and then don't get upset or get mad when you sow these seeds and they don't accept them.
Right. Yep.
Hey, I did my part.
Right.
I'm not tied to that outcome.
Right.
I'm not going to be tied to that.
That's something I had to overcome too, because I would because I would either I come across information, whether it's through the word, through relationships of anything.
Yep.
I would genuinely want to see everybody be successful and do good. Yeah. So that's why I always pass along information. So then sometimes when I see people don't receive or don't receptive, it started bothering me. Right. And that like I'm giving you information that could help you. Yep. But then, you know, people at different points in their life, sometimes they're not in the season to receive it. Yeah. So I'm like, you know what? How about this? Let me just plant the seed. Let me do my part. And I can't control what no one else do. Nope. And then I even had to ask myself, why is it bothering me so much that that someone isn't, you know, acting on it? And it's like, for whatever reason that they can't, or whatever challenges that they got going on. Yeah. I can't control that, but let me do my part. Yeah. And my part is passing along information, or it may just be planting a seed. Yeah. And sometimes I was in the mindset of that I had to plant the seed. I had to water it. I had to give it sunlight. And sometimes God just uses you to plant the seed and somebody else to water it. And absolutely. Come on, man. And then sometimes God bring it back full circle. Come on. You know? Yeah. And so yeah, man. Yeah. Yeah. That happens like that because you won't be able to stand before God and say, I didn't know. Right. We have to plant those seeds. We have to go out there and do it. Right. Because God is faithful. Right. He's a just God. Right. So he won't allow you out there to say like, oh, I didn't know. Nah. God gets rid of all excuses, and he uses us as the instruments, the voice to say, hey, thus said the Lord. Right. If you receive it, yay. Right. If you don't receive it, yay. I keep pushing. Right. As long as I did what God told me to do and I did it in the right heart posture. Right. Man, I'm moving forward. Now the blood ain't going to be required on my hand. Yep. Right. Like you say, man, I stay yay either way. So. I stay yay either way, right, man. You know, so some of my coin, man, I probably need to get that on the shirt or something, bro. I stay yay either way, man. Right. Listen, if you for me, yay. If you ain't for me, yay. I stay yay either way. Right. And I keep doing exactly what God called me to do, man. Right. Yeah, I love that. Yeah, for sure. So, man, in business, man, you working on some stuff, man, as far as, you know, housings and stuff like that, man. So, you know, I'm a born entrepreneur. Yeah. You know, you are. I've always had a love for business. So right now, started a real estate company. Yeah. Got Copia Ventures. Started doing fix and flips, flipping homes. And then now it's really just, you know, taking the profits that I get from that. And, you know, we love investing. So, you know, me and Brian, we're always talking about, you know, stocks, digital assets, commodities, real estate, different financial products. How can we grow our money? How can it compound? You know, bonds, U.S. Treasury bills, high yield accounts. Just we're always, you know, researching and trying to grow our knowledge because it's kind of unfortunate that some of this stuff isn't taught. Yeah. So we've had to go out and, you know, kind of teach ourselves. Absolutely. And I'm grateful that we've been in rooms where we've been able to be around high net worth people to give us information. Absolutely. Yeah. So now we can apply it in our lives and then also, you know, plant those seeds with, you know, our families and friends and other relationships. So facts, bro. So yeah, I love business. I love real estate, commercial real estate. Yep. And now it's just about growing something that, just being kingdom driven, you know. Absolutely, so man. I'm able to, you know, have the life that, you know, to have a blessed filled life, but then also to be a blessing of others. Absolutely. And to give back and to, you know, serve the kingdom. And, you know, I'm excited for where things are headed. I think it's a very bright future. Very bright. Very bright future. Very bright, bro. You already know what's going on. So absolutely, man. I believe I got a joke. No, go ahead. I believe it's very imminent. That's an inside joke, but imminent near future. Near future. No, but I definitely believe, you know, sooner rather than later. You know, we are everything that we've been blessed to know and God has, passed to us, I feel like we've been good stewards of it. We've sowed what we've needed to sow into.
Absolutely, man.
And I'm excited for the next level of life and the next, I know it's going to come with, being responsible, and it's more to steward.
Yeah.
But I think God has groomed us to be ready for it, and I'm excited for it.
Me too, man. Bro, I've said this before, is that having hatred in your heart towards somebody will cause you to miss an opportunity.
Yes, it will.
If you're not paying attention to what's being signed and enacted into law right now, from the Genius Act all the way to the clarity that might be getting passed. Now, we talking about digital asset right now. You see me.
Right.
But because who's in the White House, a lot of people don't like them. They don't care about that. Now, you're going to miss an opportunity.
Right.
Right.
Absolutely.
And I get it. People got mad and said, well, he made, $1.4 billion off of digital assets.
Right.
Okay. And you mad about that. You should be asking, hey, how did you do that?
Right.
How can I leave a legacy for my kids? How can I get out of poverty? How can I invest in things? How can I? But no. This handout mentality will cause you to still be stuck in your life. And then you're going to pass that down to your kids and then your kids and your kids. And ain't nothing going to change. You're going to still be doing the same thing, running the same block.
You know what's crazy? It's like the information is really out here if you seek it.
It's out here.
If you make the decision to say, this is what I'm doing, this is what I'm looking for, God has a way of attracting these things to you.
Come on, man.
And granted, you also need to, study, do the work, research. Once you put energy into something, it comes back.
Yes.
So, what we've been able to learn through, multiple just business entities and different things and, partnerships that we got, it's clear cut with us.
It is,
we
man.
completely understand it. We don't let bias get in the way.
Nope.
We don't let, what's red or what's blue or, any of that stuff kind of cause a friction.
Nope.
So people stay stagnant. People, the scales never really come off their eyes. They stay blinded because of, they may not like, the representative or whatever the situation may be.
Whatever it is, man.
And that's going to be the thing that hinders them. That's going to be the thing that keeps them from getting to that next level. So
facts, bro.
Facts,
man. So yeah, man, I'm huge in that, man. And I really do believe this is a season that God is really blessing his people to do kingdom things, man. Like I said before, we're supposed to be the ones lending and not always borrowing, right? And it's coming real soon, man. It's coming real soon. But because my heart has been right towards God first, and I have the right heart posture, and it will allow you to hear opportunities when God is whispering something into your ear. You may not like the words that come out of certain people's mouth, but really go into the spiritual things and hear what a person is saying.
Right.
And you're like, wait a minute, I might want to invest in X.
Exactly.
I might want to invest in certain assets and things.
Right.
Why? Because God wants you to do something with it.
Right. And I think with everything that's happened with how we've been investing, and the things the information we've come across, I believe at this next level of wealth that we receive, I'm excited to go and teach what we know.
Yes.
And to pass that information
Absolutely,
along.
man.
I think it's going to help a lot of people, not even just in our, immediate families and friends. I think it's going to also, I want to have, the podcast, different platforms that we share.
Facts, man.
We actually push out this information because it needs to be taught.
Needs to be taught, man.
Some people, you don't know what you don't know.
Yeah.
So,
And then too, coming from our culture, you have to see people that sometimes look like you, that has been successful in this, so you can be an example to people.
Right.
I had a powerful young lady on, Jackie Jones, right? Shout out my boy Anthony Jones. She teaches people about finance and money and things.
That's
like
amazing.
That, right?
That's amazing.
And she's very influential in the community, man. People love that. And I asked her, she was sitting right here. I say, hey, what's one of the biggest problems of our culture and getting them, to a place of understanding it? She said, look, they'll take the pamphlets, the information, but they won't apply it.
Right.
She said that is the biggest knock in our community, the culture. A lot of people won't apply it, man. They'll talk, they'll say things, they'll do this, but they won't apply it, man. And we know about a knowledge if it's not applied.
Exactly.
Come on, man. So I want to get to a place to where, man, I'm going to go back to my community and teach them and show them and say, hey, these are the steps I took. Let me give you a hand up instead of a hand out. Aren't some of us tired of handouts? I don't want no more handouts. Give me an opportunity. Give me a hand up. Raise me up to the same level you on so I can see better. So my vision can go over what I'm used to seeing.
I completely agree. Yes.
Right? This is why we need kingdom-minded people who love God and established with money and business to do exactly what he's called us to do, man. And I'm thankful that you and I are part of that.
Absolutely. It's a blessing. It really is. It really is.
It's a blessing, man. But I don't know, man. That might be for next. Would you come back on the podcast, man, for another one, man, to really dive into some of the other things that we know, man, and
for sure,
have you on here.
Yeah, our conversations need to be broadcasted anyway. The conversations that we have.
Oh man.
Oh my goodness.
Stuff that we talk about, man. The things that God allows us to understand, and he speaks to us, man. Bro, I love it, man.
No, same.
I love where my life is at, man, and I wouldn't change it for a thing, man. Yeah.
That's fire.
Dre, man, thank you so much, boy. I appreciate you, boy. This has been fantastical, amazing, man. And before you go, man, I want to say something to you, man. Thank you for the time when I had to go out of town. And I called you. I said, hey, man, will you check on my mom, man? She was doing real bad, man. And, man, I can't thank you enough for doing that, man. At the time, my wife had lost her father, my father-in-law. So I wasn't readily available, man. And I called you and you was like, bro, say less. Right? That's why I love you, man.
I got you.
Not just for that.
Right.
But who you are as a person, man.
Thank you, man.
And I'll continue to love you, man. I'll have you back. Man, 1,000,000,000%.
I love you back, man. I appreciate you.
That's what's up, man. So, man, any last words to the people out here, man? Do you want to say something too, man? What's on your heart, man?
Let me see. Just everybody that's out there, all things are possible through Christ. I'm somebody that have went through, grew up in a bad neighborhood, blood neighborhood, gang banged, went from, bad neighborhood to foster care system, to being fortunate enough to go to, a great school, and to, live with a celebrity, and to, literally from a homeless shelter to a mansion. I've lived both lives, and everything in between. I'm grateful that God has always carried me. So if we do lean on, God and not our own understanding, but his understanding, he'll show us, he'll deliver us, he'll protect us and bless us with preservation, bless us with provision. I'm a living testament of that. And no matter what storm or whatever you're facing, you can conquer it through Christ. So never forget that. And no matter how hard it is, just believe in God and, take steps. And God got the rest of it.
That's what I'm talking about, Dre. I appreciate you again, man. Nothing but love to you, boy. Thank you for being here. Family, you heard it here first, man. Listen, relationship. That's what it's truly about.
Absolutely.
If no one else has told you, if they tell you any other, no. It's relationship. Family, you know what I say when I get out of here? Listen, go be great, beautiful people.